What's up, guys? Okay, I figured I'd one up on everybody. Of course, everybody's in their car, they're driving around. Oh, this is gonna do this much, it's gonna increase by this much, it's gonna increase by that much. I'm riding down the road in my car, I'm in the closet where I wash clothes. I'm sitting on top of a washing machine that has a pedestal on it. Look down there. What? I got my notes. I'm ready to rock and roll. And I just wanted to do a little quick video on Crypto 101. Now, I'm new to crypto. A lot of other guys are new to crypto. And so this is why this video is going to be so important. So as they all say, and what I will say too, this is not financial advice. This is the obvious. This is just common sense. And this is what I'm going to try to help you with today when it comes to cryptocurrency. Now, this is strictly my opinion. But others might find it to be fact, whereas others might say it's false. Either way, like, comment, share. Also, if you feel very good, donate some of that crypto to me if you like what I said or have to say. So you're going to hear me a lot of this time just talking, and I'll be looking up and down as I go, so don't feel crazy about that. And don't let all this facade fool you. Just what I have on my face, the expression of my eyes and what you see before you. 1, 2 really stand out from this. Now again, this is common sense. Now most of all cryptos, they start with like an ICO, or they start with some kind of, some kind of funding. You have to fund them, and it has to be purchased with, of course, Bitcoin or Ethereum. You have what's called an ICO, which again is an initial coin offering that you send them or deposit some coins or tokens or whatever toward theirs. I mean, sometimes it's not always these two, but primarily these two are the ones that they want. Crypto markets are not stock markets, okay? So all the graphs, all the predictions, all the bearish trends, all the candles, all this, is pretty much nonsense, to be honest with you. Except with the exception of Bitcoin itself, being that it's the most time-tested cryptocurrency of them all. It's the gold to the silver and metals. It's the gold to the Litecoin. It's just the predominant coin and the predominant cryptocurrency, period. And I doubt it's going anywhere anytime soon. But until something else comes along, Bitcoin is the most important crypto that you have there. So again, all that stuff means nothing, them graphs and stuff, because you can't compare it to the stock market. It's so different. You can be up 1,000 one day and 6,000 down one the next. So, and everything kind of hangs on the balance of Bitcoin. So again, it's the backbone of Bitcoin. I mean, of the alternate coin market. So the alternate coins are coins like, say, Electronium. I like Electronium. I like Unitas. I like the audio coin. I also like what else there? The travel coin. I like Denta coin, even though a lot of people believe it's a scam. But I love that, being able to just use some coins and go get your dinner work taken care of. That's great. And people aren't really trading it like that for whatever reasons. But it's just, you find whatever you like. But 9 times out of 10, you have to trade your Bitcoin for an alternate coin of any other kind, 9 times out of 10. Because most you can't just buy flat out. So you have to trade it, unfortunately. And that's why that term Bitcoin dominance is so important. Bitcoin dominance, because they're trying to find another coin to replace Bitcoin, but it's just not happening anytime soon. And the reality of it is that Bitcoin, you have what's called the whale, which is and a person that's holding an unbelievable amount of Bitcoin. It could be anywhere from 15 Bitcoins to almost 100,000. But most of these are either people who were early investors who held, not hodled, they held on to their coins. And it took about a 7-year maturity to get it rich. And you have those two that ultimately have primarily most of the BTC. and those can dictate the market and change things in like a overnight or in a matter of seconds, depending on who puts in or takes out the amount of money that they have circulating with the exchanges or whatever, how they got it. And you'll notice too, it's hard to get Bitcoin. You know, sometimes some exchanges they charge you a whole lot more to extract your Bitcoin than your alternate coins to those wallets. So take that into consideration. So again, um, a whale is somebody who has, and this is what you need to know, they have a lot of Bitcoin or a lot of this or whatever, or what a strong presence in any other alternative coin, whether it's Ethereum or Bitcoin. Now, I guess the main thing would do to be is first take a hard look, a long hard look in the mirror, um, and really think about where you want to go with this, because you have to come to the realization that cryptocurrency is volatile. Um, it can make you filthy rich. I mean, you could take $100 to $1,000, even a $10,000 investment, which is very, a light investment, and you can just, you can if you play it right, you can become rich in a matter of a week probably, or maybe even overnight if you choose the right thing. You can gain like a couple $1,000s in your investment instantly if you know what you're doing. But the problem is coins like BitConnect. I loved hearing that guy say that. BitConnect, BitConnect. He was so happy, wasn't he? He was happy. My goodness. Everybody, those scam coins and those garbage coins that people talk about, they're out there. So, again, the realization is that you can strike it rich, but you could also lose everything. So, be aware of that and know that I could lose everything. So, don't be willing to invest more than you're willing to lose. Um, when it comes to, again, the coins, again, a day trader might take a one Bitcoin, and they have a lot of buy and sell orders, and I'll show some of this in the video. Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for watching this video. Here's a few pictures for you. What you're looking at here is just a general layout of Cryptopia. The next picture is whenever you deposit some BTC and you buy some coins, that's what it'll look like in your balances. Here you'll see the buy sell orders, and this is Electronium. And finally, you'll see here the sell orders. So this is just a little token for you. Um, so there's a lot of people who day trade who would prefer for a coin to just boom shoot up to $1,000 overnight, which hardly ever happens. Bitcoin didn't shoot up that fast. It took it almost a couple years. So now all the new alternative coins, they're expecting them just to jump so fast. Ripple and Cardano, or whatever, Cardano, Electronium, you got Dash, you got so many of Neo, and there's some of them selling pretty good. Bitcoin Cash, you got Litecoin. They just wanted to just, oh man, this needs to just moon right now. But the reality of it is that these things don't never moon sometimes overnight. Notice the price changes here, guys. 355, 357. It'll be 348. Now watch this big jump. And this shows you the volatility, but also the success of this Bitcoin. It's amazing. So again, you got the day traders that kind of affect the markets a lot of time, because they'll take maybe just, let's say, a one Bitcoin bought them 1,000,000 in one alternative coin. Like, just say the coin was Sloth Coin, which they actually do have a Sloth Coin. But let's say Sloth Coin jumped up to 25 cents on one day. They take those 1,000,000 coins, or maybe they just take 950,000 of those coins, multiply that by 0.25, or really just say 0.20, and you can just imagine 950,000 times 0.20, what your gains would be. It's just like if you took 1,000 at 0.03, it's almost $30,000. So, I mean, 1,000,000 at 0.03, you have 30,000. So you can just imagine, and that's just 3 cents as opposed to 20 cents. So that's how a lot of guys are making a lot of money. But rarely does a Bitcoin get you that many coins, over 1,000,000. The problem is you never know when it'll jump up to 10 cent, 20 cent, $1, whatever. But that's when a lot of those guys dump. They dump and they're gone. And so that kind of throws the market in array. And that's why, again, a lot of people start buying when they start going up, and then boom, it just goes right back down to 3 cents. And you're like, oh, snaps, I'm stuck with all these coins. And they've got rich and you got poor. Just like that. So the pump and dump schemes are out there, and they start in ICOs sometimes. They don't always start with a coin that's been around for a while, or is a known coin to be one for a while. So you have to watch out for that. So again, take a look in the mirror, realize that hey, this is a volatile market. Uh, it could definitely have the potential to ruin you. Um, also, the situation that has happened here soon was the SEC or the SEC, whatever that control they're trying to have over the Bitcoin, and also the government's trying to centralize some things and get some control over things so people won't get scammed, out of their money. I'm just gonna make sure I'm still recording here, guys. Give me just a second. Okay, I'm still recording, about 10 minutes in. Hope I ain't boring you guys. But at the same time, it's plus and minus. There's good and bad things about that, but I won't get too much into that because I got something I'll tell you a little later. Um, but the blockchain, which Bitcoin started, was basically supposed to be decentralized. It's like the opposite of a dictatorship as opposed to a democracy when it comes to money. And or no central or no certain entity belongs to one. But it has even that blockchain concept has even further applications outside of crypto, which is probably why to be around for quite some time, if not improved upon and made even more complex. And there'll be more things. Bitcoin today and Mooncoin tomorrow, or Moonshine, who knows? Um, so how do me, how do we take advantage of this crypto? How do we play our part in it? Because we don't know how long it's going to be here for one. That's why everybody's saying it's a bubble. And technically, it is a bubble. I mean, I hate to burst a lot of you guys' bubbles, but it technically is. You basically, it's like these cups that I put my, what's this? I'm using the Sun Triple Oxy Clean over there. It says 156 on there, the maximum load. That's it. I got 156 of these cups, and I say, well, I'm just going to split all these up into little pieces of plastic fragments. And each fragment, I'm going to sell you for a certain amount. And 156 divides into maybe 1,000 something pieces. And I just sell you that piece for $1 today. And then tomorrow when the prices or the speculative price that I have put on this jumps up, because now everybody wants to buy my plastic cups all of a sudden, that they're just basically disposable cups that you get with your detergent, have basically turned into a commodity or something that's worth value. So basically, it's like nothing turned into something. And that's maybe not a good analogy or maybe a good illustration, but most people get the point. It's something for nothing. So the first step you take, you got to protect your investment, no matter what you get into. Make sure you got a safe wallet, a secure wallet. That's whether it's offline, online, or whatever. Or if you're leaving it in the what's it called, the exchanges, because there's tons of exchanges now, and there's upward 1,500 something coins now. So you have to be on the lookout for again, just making sure you're safe, which is why I have this on my head. Okay, guys. So for 500 or less, I want to talk to you guys about how to turn me, you, and whoever else into a whale of cryptocurrency. Now, this doesn't happen overnight, and it's going to be gradually. So don't think you're going to get rich tonight or tomorrow, or next week, or next month. It could take years, but it's worth it if you got the basically the brains and the bronze to be able to hold. And I'm going to talk about maybe 4 to 5 different things, mainly what to hold, when to buy, where to buy, and when, what, and where to sell. Okay, so it's really 4 topics, but it'll kind of be condensed into that. So obviously, when it comes to what to hold, and this is common sense. Again, it's not financial advice, but you would want to buy as much Bitcoin and Ethereum as there is, because almost any alternative coin that you have or that you plan on purchasing now, if you're not able to, like on such on like Coinbase, you can buy Bitcoin, and you normally go from Bitcoin on Coinbase to a place like Cryptopia, but you have to withdraw the Bitcoin from Cryptopia to get it to get it from Coinbase or Cryptopia or from GDAX or wherever you're gonna take it from, whichever exchange to get it to where or wherever. So it's a lot of exchanging and withdrawing, and there's fees associated with that. So 9 times out of 10, there's only a few places that accept cash for Bitcoin, but a lot of the times, like Cryptopia and other little places that you're not, if you don't have an account set up with them to buy directly, you have to use Bitcoin or you trade in Bitcoin. So you have no option but to buy Bitcoin, whether it's from the exchange or from somewhere else. You have to have Bitcoin or Ethereum to sometimes even get a stake in any of these ICOs or even in any exchange. So that would be the logical thing. Okay, that's why I say it's common sense. So you definitely would need to hold on to that. Okay. Also, held coins yield more profit than sell coins in the long run. So if you're gonna hold a certain amount, sell a certain amount. But probably be best if you have a good coin and you think it's going somewhere to hold more than you sell, if you can wait. Now, again, it's gonna be like this for now because nothing has came along to replace it, as we know, and nobody's using it. You look at Cryptopia. Cryptopia had a Litecoin market, had a Dogecoin market. They got the New Zealand dollar and the USD dollar market and the BTC market. Which is the most thriving market on there? Is the BTC because most people are trading in Bitcoin.
Now, I'm not endorsing Cryptopia because Cryptopia does have its issues, but you can see here again, Bitcoin is just, I mean, they're trying to get these markets back up and going, but BTC is the main driving factor in any exchange, no matter what they say.
Vice versa, you got Polynex, Bittrex, and Binance, and all them. It's always normally Bitcoin. Everybody knows Bitcoin because it's been around longer. So it's gonna be a little while before something replaces that and takes its place. So we got just a little while longer where Bitcoin's probably gonna be dominant, or until somebody comes in and shuts it down, we'll have some time. So with that being said, Bitcoin technically has succeeded. Um, it had, and it's not in the way originally, because you had that guy, he was crying, it's like, and she took it, and she wouldn't even do this and that for the children in the country, and they were in war impoverished, and he had this big spiel. I don't know who he was, random guy, but he was complaining about the way things was. I need to get this cryptocurrency, it could change the world, and like, okay, it's like, okay, it has changed, but in a monetary sense. Not that it has helped some impoverished people, because I don't doubt it has helped some who held onto their coins if they had a chance to even get one or two or how many ever. But for the most part, it's helped people have the ability to come from nothing to something and basically be rich beyond their wildest dreams. So we have to take into consideration, when is it the best time to buy? And this could be anything, but primarily Bitcoin, since it's the highest one. Buy in dips. I mean, that's common sense. I mean, you just buy it when the price is lower. It's just a simple, it's no secret. When people like say this FUD that's been going on, and I got this expression I use with, where there is FUD, show the market some love, because you can capitalize on people's weak hands. You buy up all the Bitcoin you can get. If it's 15,000 tomorrow, you wait, and when it drops to 10, you buy some. Don't put all your eggs in the basket. I mean, you don't have to spend a couple thousand. I mean, some people can, some people don't, but I'll throw 100 at it at 10. Then I'll come back down, let it come back down, and boom, throw a 50 at it at 90, 900, 9,000. If it drops to 6,000, then you throw 10,000 at it. You got to do what you got to do to get that Bitcoin, because it goes up and down, and more than likely, it's the one coin that you can get a bounty of coins, alternate coins with, because again, it's the medium exchange for cryptocurrency, and that's why Bitcoin again has succeeded, contrary to anybody's thoughts. It really has succeeded. Now, and Ethereum is on its way, because a lot of those most every token is based on Ethereum, so Ethereum ain't going nowhere. It has nothing but to increase in value. Also, So that's, again, we've addressed what to hold for the most part. Now you can hold anything, but I would probably recommend, if you was to hold something that probably could have more value, it was just Bitcoins, because no alternative coin has stepped up yet. When to buy? Buy it in price dips, or buy it when the price drops. You don't have to spend a ton, just buy it successively. And when it hits the lowest, and you got to set those parameters. You say, well, if it hits 6,000, I'm gonna drop 10,000. Or if it hits 6,000, I'm gonna drop 100,000, and I'm gonna buy them all up at 6,000, because I know in another month they're gonna be 10,000. So those four or five, I mean those 10, just say about 10 coins at 6,000 are gonna easily flip over to a plus $10,000 coin, just like that. $5,000 on almost every profit, every coin from that, if you play it right. So that's what you have to look forward to, because you can always have the speculative stuff that goes on that drops the prices down, and a lot of that depends on us as the buyers of the cryptocurrency. So it's all dependent on us, and really the whales, which is the exchanges, and again, all those people who bought into Bitcoin in the early days, or maybe came into it later and got like upward 15 to 100 some thousand Bitcoin. Those are the big time ballers. So again, what to hold, when to buy, where to buy is what we up to next. So you go to a trade. You can trade or buy via any kind of exchange mostly. I like Coinbase. Now, granted, there's a lot of fees associated with Coinbase, and I like to trade on Cryptopia. I know all the coins ain't on there. Some on Binance, some on Bittrex. But I'm a simple guy. I don't have time to be day trading and doing all this craziness because of how the taxes are going to be. And I'll address some of that stuff later on in the video. But I like the security that a place like Coinbase provides to a person like me, and what I plan to do, and my outlook on my cryptocurrency future. Okay? Because I'm one of those guys, just like I'm telling you guys, get in, get out, hit it, quit it, do what you got to do. And I'm not basing my whole entire life. I hadn't quit my job. I don't plan to. I'm definitely planning on continuing to have this as a side thing, and I don't expect any of you people to do that. Take out no loan or anything. I'm talking about the extra money that you probably would have spent playing the lottery, which is a waste of time. You could have bought some cryptocurrency with. That at least if you sold it while the markets are still up, you could at least have something back. So I'm not saying that it's like playing the lottery. That's ridiculous. That's just crazy. Stop it. If you're watching this, just stop it. But you can go on to sometimes private sellers, eBay, Craigslist, or somewhere else, but you got to be safe out there and don't lose your head. Remember, Bitcoin is just like dealing with gold. It's like dealing with coke or crack almost, even, because you just can't. Oh, I got 100 Bitcoins I want to sell, and I'm gonna meet you at Starbucks. You might get robbed. It's just that simple. Somebody's gonna come after you. Don't flash and broadcast all your information all over the place, especially if you're holding coins that mean that much and are worth that much. You keep that to yourself. So it's best to be on the exchange. So I don't recommend too many places outside of exchanges to sell. That's why, again, I like Coinbase, even though everything's starting to be, everybody's checking up on everything, but I prefer that. So now we get into the fun part. Now here's the fun part: the what, the when, and where to sell. What and where and when to sell, my folks. Now, going back to what I was saying, the disclaimer about, you have the situation where they're starting to government control um, on cryptos, because again, all the scam coins, all the bad ICOs, and the pump and dump. So who knows, whatever. So I'm not too upset about that. So the unfortunate part of that is again, what we thought was decentralized has indeed, and more than likely will become more central in concept and control, contrary to our beliefs before. So that's something you just accept and move on. And so the fees, the income tax, etc., on withdrawals, deposits, or whatever, mining fees, or who cares, we just got to work around it, get over it, okay? Just get over it. So once you get over those things, you come to the realization that I have to figure out which coin or which token I plan to sell. So you have to create what's called a buy order or a sell order. and this will detect or determine or dictate your gains, whether you bought in at a penny or you bought in at a dollar. So you set those limits, and I'll show you a picture of that here, and you can check it out. And
Now here's some of the things that I have, some of the coins and tokens, and you'll see what I'm selling them for. Some more than other ones, but I have some that I had, and I put some to the side, and I put some for sale. And if it ever gets up to this rate, like the BTC rate, it'll sell those for me. But hopefully, the whole game is on.
and as a rule of thumbs, you don't have to go all in all the time. It's just like a poker face, you know. You can only sell some, but don't sell out. Okay, sell some, but don't sell out. So take for instance these couple thousand electronium that I have. Say I'll sell 2,000 at a certain price when it hits in the exchange in my buy order or my sell order in this particular, not buy orders, but my sell order. So I'll sell 2,000 at whenever it goes to that, but I'll still keep 360 as a fallback, or I'll keep 300, whatever is left over. I'm doing this from my brain, and I'm imagine I got 360 in there, 369, but if I'm off somewhere, you get the point. So you definitely, again, whatever you decide to sell, you sell it, and just don't sell it all the way out. That way you have an ace in the hole. Okay. Um, where to sell? Again, you can sell in those places I mentioned on Craigslist. You can sell on eBay. You can sell on market something, this or that. Just basically sell your coins either privately or you can sell your coins on exchange the same way that you bought them and everything else. So that it's best to do it there in the safer. There, Coinbase again. That's why I like it. It's so simple. You got a USD wallet. It just transfers over. Cryptopia the same. You got USDT wallet. You can do the same thing. Although there's more fees I think associated with Cryptopia when you again when you extract your Bitcoin or your coins, whatever you decide to keep from whatever you sell or what you sell it for. Sorry about the little disturbance. Had to cut out here for a second. The baby found my ninja hiding spot. But again, the safest place to sell is the exchange, and that's whether you're selling it for extra Bitcoin or you're selling it for whatever, mostly whatever currency your native country has. USD in my case, United States of America, or the other places. And again, coming back to the final point, just like in the beginning, you protect your privacy, your wallets, or wherever you plan to store them, whether it's cold, you can have a Trezor or a Nano. Just make sure that whatever you store your coins in, your laptop or your computer, your desktop, or your phone, or whatever you decide to do, make sure you or PO box, make sure it's safe and it's out of the hands of people who will do you harm or who will try to take your identity and take your coins. Because we are spending our hard-earned money that we've actually worked for to kind of gamble, so to speak, in the cryptocurrency space. And that's what I wanted to kind of close out with, guys, because again, the reality of the crypto space is that going back to the analogy of a bubble, you know, you have people like Warren Buffett who kind of got into trading stocks at the right time. I know a lot of people look up to him, but I don't. I mean, it's all about timing with this stuff sometimes. It's not necessarily, it's even just like jobs. You know the old expression, you'll know it immediately. It's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So sometimes it's just right place, right time, knowing the right person. And that's why I'm trying to drop some knowledge. And again, I'm not trying to offend nobody or I'm not trying to sound crazy, but I'm being realistic. And I understand what I'm getting into. Coming in with a full head of steam of knowledge and understanding what I'm getting myself into when I invest in the crypto. It's like a bubble, according to them. And it technically is because, like I said before, you can trade something that has no value and it gains value based on the speculative nature of all the people that put value on it. And it technically has nothing backing it. So except promises and you know how men are, you know, they say one thing and they do something completely different. So technically it's nothing, you know. So you gotta remember that it's really ingenious if you really think about it. Crypto, it's no different from tokens, and I always go back to Chuck E. Cheese if you have, or Dave and Buster's, or any kind of place where you trade out money, a pool hall or a bowling alley. Um, you can have, like, we had this place down here called Celebration Station. I mean, there was places, but you trade your fiat currency or your actual money that you make for tokens. And the tokens, in turn, you can use them only in that one space. And you use them to accomplish whatever you can into that, whatever it is, whether it's this place or that place. So, again, it's been an ingenious way to strip nations of people, which is in this crypto space, because there's multiple nations and dominations of people within this space of cryptocurrency that we've invested, again, our fiat currency or our money that we worked hard for, and hoping that we can get something out of it. And so that's why, again, you invest only what you're willing to lose. Don't go crazy. Or if you're going to go crazy, get in and get out real quick while everything's going good for you. Because we don't know when it's going to go or what's going to change. The decentralization, that's why I was getting at, the centralization of it all, because of the government backings. And that's why this way that I've kind of told you how to do, or not told you, but I can't tell you to do anything. I'm just trying to talk about what the circumstances is that pretty much this, what I've been doing and how I've been basically trying to become a little whale on my own, or in my own right. And that way I can do it, legally, and still pay my taxes, because I'm not, I don't mind paying taxes. It's just what it is. It's the part of life. You get over it. You grow up. You become a man. You realize that you have to do certain things that you might not want to do. You have to go to work and take care of your family and do different things. You just gotta accept that responsibility and move on. Who cares? Okay. So it's just like that. Again, you just realize, hey, if we have to pay taxes to make a little bit, it is what it is. Just hope they don't rape you on it. So the centralization of things kind of throws people off, but that's good for the market in some senses, because that's when everybody panicked. Just like Bitcoin went from 11,000 down to almost 8,500, I think, a couple of days ago. When the couple of days, like March 8th, 9th, right now as we speak. So, and you can see even in my statements here that I show you where I bought and I received, and some of my Bitcoin transactions, for how high and low Bitcoin has been. But that's the thing, if you're smart, you buy in the dips, you hold until it raises up, you sell some and not all, and you start the process again. It's a slow process, but it keeps you from having to pay so many taxes and having to do your taxes so weird. It's either just say, I bought this, I sold it at this, and this is my income on the whole transaction, and just call it a day and start the process again over. you know but if you're doing that 1,000 times a day with a robot or a bot simulated trader for 1 BTC or 2 or 10 BTCs, you can just imagine how complicated everything's going to get when they get in there and try to control cryptocurrency. And if you don't resist, it'll help us all, to basically just realize the situation that we're in. And it's good for everybody who actually wants to do right and wants to make money legally, and to not cheat or steal from people like you scammers who stole people's coins, who probably just are waiting for the opportunity to snatch and pounce on somebody who don't know anything or don't know any better. So you have to do your research. You definitely have to do your research. Um, if you're gonna plan to buy cryptocurrency, to hold cryptocurrency, and to sell. So it is, again, like a bubble, but I'd rather, instead of playing the lottery where I don't have getting nothing back in return, at least I'll have a few gigabytes or a few little notches on a CPU or server saying that, hey, this was once Bitcoin, or this was once Litecoin. And there's still a strong possibility I might be able to get a hard fork or soft fork, and be able to turn that into something kind of like popcorn or patcoin, whatever y'all call it. And many other ones have done the same thing. So you might still have a chance to have recoup some of your money back. Now, BitConnect was different. Y'all should have known better on that. And that just was just so dumb. And I see all these people making all these videos mad at this person, mad at that person. That's just silly. You and just the honest truth about people. Sometimes people just don't want to take and accept responsibility for their own actions. So they're looking for a scapegoat. They're looking for somebody else to pin the blame on. And that's what happened here. I was dumb. I took out a $15,000 loan to buy into this. And I did see some returns, or it showed that I had this and that, but it turned out to be absolutely nothing. You fell for it. It's kind of like the old concept of the dog and the bone. You know, the dog had the real bone. He's walking over the bridge and he looked down in the water. You know, he has the bone in his mouth. And as he looked down the water and seen the bone, he dropped his real bone on the bridge and jumped in the water after the fake bone. That's how a lot of you guys are if you don't think, you know. So you got to use your brain. Okay, I love that illustration because it's the same way with this Bitcoin. I mean, we are giving our real money up for the illusion of riches and grandeur and all this stuff, or maybe just trying to get ahead and provide for your family. Who knows what you got going on? But you just don't know how it's going to turn out. So that's why you can't trust a chart or graph or what I'm saying when it comes to a prediction that I may make or the electronium is going to be $2,000 tomorrow. That's ridiculous. Nobody knows. But what you can do is monitor Bitcoin. You can monitor Ethereum and everything else that comes after those two. You kind of base some decisions based on that because those two are what a lot of things are ran behind and ran off of. And you can work your system around that. That'll give you the foundation. And that might help you be more successful than to just jumping into this thing and not knowing what in the world you're doing or what you're getting into. Of course, there's many more videos you can watch, and I recommend that to really get a rounded view of things, you know. Um, and that way you can increase your odds and at least come away with something while this crypto thing is hot. We don't know how long it's going to last or how long it's going to have momentum because there's a lot of weak hands out here. There's a lot of weak hands. I was about to get there myself until I kind of came to this conclusion here. And just like crypto, you know, you can start from nothing and become something. Sometimes faster for some, sometimes slower for others. But it's based on that old concept, you know, you get out what you put in. So if you put in your effort, your work, and your study and your knowledge on what cryptocurrency is and what how it can work for you, and you take an investment, and I'm not even talking about thousands of dollars. You just play around with maybe less than $500 just to get your start and just use that. You buy you some Bitcoin, you invest in an alternate coin, and you invest in Bitcoin mainly or Ethereum, whatever. Keep that maybe the bulk of your investment. That might be an option for you or however you decide to do it. Or just take all and buy your Bitcoin really low and then just splurge on alternate coins and just hope they move, you know. Hold on to them. Set your buy and sell orders. You know, do what you got to do. But maybe you, maybe I, maybe me, maybe who, maybe you, maybe them, maybe us, maybe we can finally figure out this crypto thing. So I hope this was helpful. Signing out. The Black Ninja Crypto.
Hey guys, what's up? Here's a few more pictures of what the balance was up to a certain point in the day. This is the last one before I get this video edited or finishing up the editing here. That was my first BTC right there. 0.01. I think it was like 400, 300 Satoshi or something like that. Here's some bot orders at different times, you know, and at different prices. There was 11.58. There was at 9,000. And I like to pay with my debit card, so it works like that. And then I got that much on the February. I sent that much to Cryptopia. Then there's pictures of here of the wallet, and also here's pictures of the alerts that you can set when to buy or to sell.